So, hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel. Im letzten Part gab es ganz schön viel Streit hier auf dem Markt. Und jetzt sollen wir doch tatsächlich ein bisschen investigaten, wer denn hier einen Diebstahl begangen hat und Stände zerstört hat. Ich glaube, es sind keiner von den beiden Hauptverdächtigen. Nee. Naja, aber bevor wir damit anfangen, wollte ich noch eine der beiden optionalen Aufgaben erledigen. Und dafür müssen wir zurück in den Osten. Und da irgendwas besiegen. Und ich würde sagen, wir kennen den Osten ja eigentlich schon. Reen. Du machst meine gesamte Planung für diesen fucking Part kaputt. Weißt du das eigentlich? Okay, nevermind, Leute. Wir gehen jetzt auf den Markt und investigieren sofort. Scheiß auf Nebenquests. Und so. Wobei mir gerade einfällt, apropos Nebenquests und die Punkte, die wir dadurch bekommen und so weiter. Nicht hier, sondern Ordnance. Wir haben doch noch irgendwas Interessantes bekommen. Übrigens, das haben wir schon länger, das ist Detection. Dadurch kriegen wir doch tatsächlich auf der Karte angezeigt, wo es noch Truhen gibt. Ist eigentlich recht nützlich, aber das möchte ich, dass du es behältst. Das kannst du vielleicht austauschen. Allows you to see data on enemies yet to be analyzed. Das klingt nicht kacke. Ist das der Skill Analyze? Quasi. Aber das ist so ein R vor. Was heißt dieses R? Eigentlich habe ich keine Ahnung, was dieses R heißt. Egal. Dann sehen wir mal, ob das der Skill analysieren ist oder ob das einfach nur tatsächlich bringt, dass die Werte sofort angezeigt werden. Da gibt es Sinn, keine Ahnung. Oh, du bist ein grünes Symbol. Welche der beiden Quests bist du? Ich bin verwirrt. Egal, ich rede jetzt mit den Leuten, mit denen ich reden muss. Reen hat da eh viel mehr Bock drauf als auf Nebenquests gerade. And to think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. What did I ever do to deserve this? Du warst ganz schönes Arschloch. Excuse me. You. I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. He seems really down. It's quite understandable, he's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. So, what brings you here? Did you need something from me? Ja, mehr oder weniger. You're investigating? That's right, and we'd really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit. I suppose it can't hurt, it's better than doing nothing at least. You don't have to sound so pessimistic. Well, can you blame me? You're students at a military academy. You're not exactly ace detectives. That is true, but we are still determined to find out who did it. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful. Okay, fine. I never said I wouldn't help you. Did I? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You didn't? As soon as I made sure my store was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. So by morning the stall has already been destroyed and your goods stolen. Natürlich, sonst hätten es ja andere Leute gesehen. Come to think of it, what goods were you stolen exactly? Oh, I have a sample with me actually. Ja, was ist das? Ein Armband? Ein Accessory? Is this a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fat here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think just how much money I lost in one single night. That damn coward sabotaging my business. It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? Nobody's clearly the prime suspect. Und du auch. He was so good against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me, he decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give me my goods back, no matter what it takes. Please, try to stay calm. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, the Provincial Army really will arrest you, right? Ja, das hat uns tatsächlich doch schon irgendwie geholfen. Auch wenn ich denke, dass bei denen nichts mit rechten Dingen zugeht. Sie haben uns geholfen. Yeah, I know, but it's a matter of justice. You can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on general principle. I'm begging you, please get my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success, but I swear to you, we'll do everything we can. That much I can promise. Oh ja. So, dann gehen wir mal noch zum anderen. Der wird wahrscheinlich ungefähr dasselbe sagen. Er ist weggegangen und das ist passiert und der andere ist böse. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but could we have a moment of your time? You're those kids from the military academy, right? Huh, what do you want from me? I've got nothing to sell you, obviously. Even if I did have something to sell, I've got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. And to top it all off, the Provincial Army and that other damn merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, you see? Not to blame him, but we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see, yeah, ich weiß schon. You're investigating this mess, huh? Huh, okay. So would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? Not getting my hopes up, as I'm sure you can understand, but hell, I've got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence, ja, aber das hat der andere auch gemeint, also von daher. So, about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be, if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday and I didn't come back till this morning. Ja, richtig. I stayed over at a friend's place, another merchant. Just got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive, ask my friend if you don't believe me, he'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell were just gone, without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods? That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life, made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really soured me up. It was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool's stall to make him pay for it. Why did you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. Ja, halt die Fresse. He smashed my stall so he could have that spot all to himself. But that doesn't make any sense. Ja, das ist richtig. Das macht halt echt keinen Sinn. Ergibt echt keinen Sinn. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? He must have done that to himself. Probably figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he could be responsible. No, that seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. Well, I understand your frustration. Baseless accusations do no one any favors and only clouds the true issue. But it's so frustrating. I've lost so much money because of this. I might have to shut up shop for good. That is bad. If I could at least get my goods back, maybe I could salvage enough to stay afloat, but what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the Provincial Army sure ain't about to help. I'm finished, pure and simple. All the hard work I've put into getting this far, and this is how the dream ends for me. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you, but we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. Ja, super, niemand glaubt an uns, aber das war zu erwarten, oder? That's all the two victims of this crime have to say, it seems. What does everybody think? Es hat uns kein bisschen geholfen. Kein bisschen ist uns geholfen. I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Das denke ich auch nicht. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other's stall. But the chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened. We're going to have to look somewhere else to find viable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly have been? Vielleicht die Provinzielle Armee. Leute, kommt ihr auf irgendeine Idee? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there is one thing that's been bugging me. Yeah, there's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Wer mag das bloß sein? Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Whom do you mean? I'm talking about... Oh mein Gott, wer könnte es bloß sein? The Provincial Army! They haven't done a thing to try and solve the crime, despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they are refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue. Which means the Provincial Army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, it really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is, they brought the dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, then the next they are taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they are conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The culprit isn't too far from here either. Let's head on over and see what we can find out. Ja, tun wir das nochmal. Und wir kriegen noch ein AP dazu, weil ich die richtige Frage wahrscheinlich gewählt habe. Die richtige Antwort natürlich nicht die richtige Frage. Hi, darf ich rein? Darf ich? Nein? Aren't you those students from that military academy, was it? What are you doing here? We are terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping you might be able to help us with something. Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What does it have to do with you? We're visiting this town on a field study and students from Thos Military Academy. And we would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult everyday situations. This seems a perfect opportunity for an anecdotal case study and could prove most invaluable to our education, if you'd permit it. Alright, stay here. I'll see what I can do. Du weißt natürlich noch nicht, was du antworten darfst, nicht wahr? Du möchtest dich ja nicht verplappern. Ja, ich verstehe schon, was hier abläuft. Ich habe alles durchschaut. It looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Laura. In times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn after all. But now comes the hard part. This makes me nervous. Well, let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it. And even more importantly, what they don't say. Genau. Right. Ich bin jetzt zum Glück ein cleverer Detektiv. Ich weiß, wie man mit sowas umgeht. Ich kann das alles lösen hier. I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedules for this. Ja, ihr seid alle so beschäftigt, ich weiß doch. So what do you want? And make it quick, I'm a busy man, you know? He's not even trying to keep up appearances. Unbelievable. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would we be correct in assuming that the Provincial Army will be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came here to ask? Is that all? Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously? Laura, I'm not sure. You've got a big mouth for someone your age. And it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. What should the #1 priority of the Provincial Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you. The #1 priority should be to enforce the will of the region's ruling lord, Duke Alvarea. As members of the Provincial Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume you're referring to the local petition against the sales tax increase? So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the Grand Market isn't something you have to duty to protect? Interpret my words however you want. We're soldiers, we follow our orders, that's how the military works. And we don't need some fresh military academy inductees telling us how to do our jobs. This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anymore. So is that it then? I hope this has been enlightening. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a job to do. Ja, Elliot, komm schon, hau irgendwas raus. Wait. Would you mind answering just one more question? Alle überrascht. Elliot, redet mal! Er sagt sinnvolle Sachen. Fine, ask it. Well, do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods Marco was handling? You know, the accessory merchant. All he left was that one sample. Oh, what are you talking about? That merchant from the capital, Heinz, was the one who was planning on selling accessories. What? What did you just say? What are you all looking at me like that for? How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. Elliot, warum bist du so fucking intelligent? Huh, how peculiar. We only discovered what each of the merchants was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. Sir, wir haben voll verkackt. We have our own ways of finding these things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now we've wasted enough time answering your questions, we're leaving. Goodbye. Mann, Elliot, du bist echt cleverer als ich dachte. Du kriegst jetzt so pat on the head, okay? Do you think... The fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all. But the burglary happened last night and it was only first discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging. Not without running into us. Agreed, I suspect they knew what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. So that it would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke Alvarea must have issued permits for both styles. That's true, and the army would have no trouble gaining access to transaction records for something like that. But why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so they could prepare. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident in the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. Ich auch nicht, Elliot. It was probably done to get them to start a fight, so they could get robbed while there was tension between them, damit sie ein Motiv haben beide. Basically, to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without the army's help. So the two merchants were being used all along. That seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the Provincial Army has shown no interest in actively working toward a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his petition. So they waited for things to get out of hand, then showed up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually the merchants would get worn down, enough that they'd feel like they have no choice but to withdraw the petition. This is turning out to be an even shadier situation than I thought. Yeah, but thanks Elliot, I do believe we finally uncovered the truth of the matter. It was indeed some very quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You'd make a fine military strategist. Ha, I just got lucky, that's all. Nee, ich bin auch echt überrascht von dir, muss ich sagen. So what we know is, the Provincial Army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators of the crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But if this was carried out by members of the Provincial Army, that's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades. I tend to agree, really, whoever the culprits are. I doubt they're still here in Celtic. There just aren't many viable places to hide such a huge volume of goods without them being found. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they escaped by train? No, that can't be. Boarding a train with that much merchandise would raise suspicion for sure. It's been less than a day since the burglary happened, so they can't have gotten far. Maybe we should ask around on the main roads and see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or even entering the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come, let's resume our search. We mustn't let this cowardly thief run free. I wouldn't dream of it. Sind mit den Main Roads jetzt die beiden Straßen außerhalb der Stadt gemeint, oder? Ich gucke einfach mal auf die Karte, sehe ich hier irgendwas? Tatsächlich, das ist ein rotes Ausrufezeichen bei den Kindern. Was haben die Kinder damit zu tun? Okay, die Kinder könnten was gesehen haben, ja, darum geht's ja gerade. Gut, meinetwegen. Und ihr standet euch immer noch, oder was? Mom got real mad at me, so yeah. Sorry about yesterday. Promise me you won't pull any stuff like that anymore, okay? I'll forgive you if you do that. Yeah, promise. Here, take this too. It's real special to me, so you know I'm being serious. I've been through too much thanks to Jake and his pranks. These country kids are such bullies. Ach Mensch. Aber hey, immer haben sie sich wieder halbwegs vertragen, ha? Ja, Katze, du hast keinen Hinweis, ich weiß. Alles gut. Oh, are you okay? Look, what that nasty man did to her. Huh? Is something the matter? I was just chasing off Lulu near the west exit of town. And there was this weird man asleep along the side of the street. A weird man? Der Betrunkene? To sleep in the midst of a bustling town like this, oblivious to its dangers, suggests he must possess formidable skill. He was just really drunk, ja? Okay, dann ist es wohl der Typ gewesen. The nasty smell coming off of him nearly made little Lulu faint. That's terrible. It really was. I don't know who he is, but I'll have to keep an eye on Lulu to make sure she keeps her distance from him. Huh? So it's not from this town then? I'm not sure. I only started seeing him around a few days ago. I never seen him before that. Really now, that sounds like a lead if I've heard one. If he's drinking in the middle of the day and isn't Instructor Sarah, then we know he's not a merchant at the very least. Ich habe ja gesagt, die könnten sich bestimmt gut anfreunden, aber anscheinend ist er unser Feind. Yeah, I think we should go talk to him. Let's have a look near the west exit and see if we can track him down. Ja, ich habe ihn schon mal gesehen, tatsächlich. Gut, dass ich mich so gut umgeguckt habe in der Stadt, nicht wahr? Ich meine, okay, wir hätten ihn jetzt wohl gefunden, wenn wir in Richtung Westen gelaufen wären, jetzt einfach, aber trotzdem ganz cool, dass ich schon mal vorher mit ihm gesprochen habe. Drink! Bring me another drink! Phew, this guy reeks! How much does he put down? It's only midday and he's already completely blitzed? Keine Ahnung. I don't think this is the man we're looking for. I think he'd have trouble pulling off a robbery. So, are you alright? We can help you back home if you'd like. Sure up, leave me alone. I'm just a good for nothing who's just lost his job. Looking after that nature park, wish my whole life. Und jetzt stehen da einfach die von der Armee vor, nicht wahr? nature park? I wonder if he's talking about the Lunaria nature park we saw yesterday. Oh, you kids know it? You see, I used to be as a park ranger for the whole park. And then you lost your job. You out of nowhere too. You gave my life to the job I did. And then you just came and took it all away from me. The damn official Jews showed up out of nowhere and told me I was sacked. You can't just take a man's livelihood off him like that. That's not fair. The job was my life. My life. Ja, ich kann überhaupt nicht so tun, als wäre ich betrunken. Tut mir leid. Yes, we can see that. Something about this doesn't sound right. I agree, it hardly seems fair to take a man's job away from him without good reason. Right, I'm so glad somebody understands or feel. There's no way a bunch of kids like that are gonna do a better job than me. Kids? I was drinking here last night too, see? And a bunch of kids in ranger uniforms went walking out of that town through the west exit. Weird thing was, they were carrying a bunch of wooden boxes too, in the middle of the night. Kids these days, I tell ya, you don't think they could have been. Oh doch, ich glaube, die könnten was geklaut haben. Ich habe sogar schon vermutet, dass im Lunaria Nature Park das Versteck für die Waren sein könnte. Ich meine, der wird ja nicht ohne Grund versperrt sein, ha? Huh? The Nature Park, I wouldn't even have considered it. But given its size, it would no doubt be a perfect hiding spot. Yeah, they'd have no trouble stashing the merchandise there undetected. The men standing at their entrance yesterday were probably there as the lookouts. Ist diese Dialogzeile jetzt auch nur hier, weil wir mit denen gesprochen haben, weil wir müssen ja nicht mit denen sprechen. Das ist interessant, ich mag das echt gerne, wenn sowas passiert. And if a provincial official was the one to tell him he was fired. That's practically a smoking gun. I say something useful or something? Don't know what I said, but if I help it out, why not buy me a drink? Ich glaube, du brauchst davon gerade keinen. I would suggest you start trying to sober yourself up instead. There's a good chance we may be able to recover both your park and your job. What? We know our next stop. As soon as we're fully prepared, let's head on out to the Lunaria Nature Park. Right. Ja, finde ich fantastisch. Hatte ich von Anfang an nicht vor im Part, aber da können wir direkt auf dem Weg die Sidequest erledigen. Ist viel sinnvoller, oder? So zeitlich gesehen. Und da hinten sehe ich, dass das Questmonster ist. Deswegen würde ich sagen, erledigen wir jetzt auch die Sidequests mal eben. Ich renne mal eben darüber. Und dann würde ich mal sagen, das scheint das Questmonster zu sein. Sieht auf jeden Fall schon mal größer aus als alles andere hier. Und okay, die Minimap, ne, sagt natürlich alles darüber aus. Kann ich von hinten eingreifen? Ich glaube nicht. Drehst du dich um? Nein? Nein? Echt nicht? Ich glaube auch nicht. Nee, ich kann sowieso nicht angreifen. Wenn ich in der Nähe schon bin, kommt der Kampf einfach. Oh Gott, du bist echt groß. Und es sieht echt interessant aus. Das ist einfach mein Gesicht als Körper von der Form her und so. Genau. Analysieren. Hauptsächlich Feuer und Blitz oder Erde oder was auch immer das ist. Ja, gelbes Zeug jedenfalls. Aber Feuer ist super. Feuer habe ich. Haben die meisten von uns sogar. Macht erstmal noch nicht so viel Schaden gerade, aber das ändert sich noch. Area, ja meinetwegen, Hauptsache Schaden und Feuer. Du kannst ja eh nichts mit Feuer machen, dann kannst du hier direkt Resounding Beat. Sollte nicht schaden. Waffen kann allgemein eigentlich nicht schaden. Außer man verschwendet damit Zeit, weil es unnötige Buffs sind, aber Abwehr ist eigentlich nicht unnötig. Vor allem, wenn dann direkt sowas kommt, wie wir alle tot gewesen wären ohne den Buff vielleicht. Obwohl er ihn noch gar nicht eingesetzt oder doch? Ich bin mir gar nicht sicher. Ich glaube, er hat ihn doch er hat schon eingesetzt. Egal, ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich sollte aufhören, darüber nachzudenken gerade. Obwohl, du solltest. Ha, viel wichtiger. Aber wo war denn das? Ach, du bist doch gar nicht sie. Ich dachte gerade, du bist Elisa, aber das bist du gar nicht. Ich habe nicht drauf geguckt. Bin ich gerade Steuer. Das ist Elisa. Ah, die ist jetzt gerade dran mit einem Angriff. Das ist natürlich blöd. Ich wollte ich jetzt eigentlich gerade nutzen, um zu heilen. Und du bist erst nach dem Gegner wieder dran. Das ist problematisch. Das ist relativ problematisch. Hätte ich mal besser drüber nachdenken können. Wenn ich besonders clever gewesen wäre. Dann würde ich sagen, habe ich dir einen Hals gegeben? Nein, nein, nein. Nein, 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 nein. Dann, da auf Elliot. Elliot hat es gerade am nötigsten. Die anderen überleben auf jeden Fall, denke ich mal, noch ein bisschen. Ja. Hoffentlich. Was tust du? Du bewegst dich nur? Hast du dich gerade geheilt? Ja, die AOE-Heilung brauche ich mittlerweile nicht mehr. Das reicht schon. Dann würde ich doch sagen... Das mal, das könnte ihn zum Brennen bringen. Pierce! Und du noch drauf. Du bist ja schon fast auf 200, dann warte ich aber noch ein bisschen natürlich. Und jetzt kannst du deinen S-Kraft nutzen und mal sehen, wie viel Schaden das du machst. Einiges wahrscheinlich wieder. Hätte ich für den letzten Boss halt auch nutzen können, wenn ich nicht so blöd gewesen wäre und es vorher kurz benutzt hätte. So. Wie viel? Einiges. Okay, du bist fast tot auf jeden Fall. Gut, so dauert es dann halt echt nicht so lange. So. Oh, oh, kritischer Schaden. Ja, das ist nicht so gut. Obwohl, ging. Hat sie überlebt tatsächlich. Und du hingegen nicht. Holy shit, das hat einiges an Schaden gemacht. Mehr als ich erwartet hätte sogar. So, kein Bonus mal wieder, aber ich weiß auch nicht, was man für krasse Boni bekommen soll bei Bosskämpfen irgendwie wieder. Ich meine, Double Kill und so geht ja halt nicht. Und Force Reach Level 2. Das hat gerade einiges gesteigert, oder? Ja, das sieht nach einigem aus. Cool. Und eine neue Art. Impassion. Killing Enemies restores CP. Das ist alles ziemlich cool. Und die sind alle gelevelt anscheinend, oder? Nee, nur die beiden, okay. Von Elliot und mir. Cool. Was kriegst du? Tiara. Wahrscheinlich ein ja, AOE-Heilungsding. Oder Tiara. Ich habe das andere immer Tier genannt, aber es heißt anscheinend Tiara eigentlich. Keine Ahnung eigentlich. Eigentlich. So, aber... Ja, habe ich geschafft, ich weiß. Warte mal, kriege ich jetzt irgendwas dafür oder war das jetzt alles? Weil ich meine, ich hatte ja keinen richtigen Questgeber, oder? Egal, das finden wir beim nächsten Mal heraus. Aber vorher gehen wir natürlich beim nächsten Mal zum Nature Park und so weiter und so fort. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Lasst einen Kommentar da und dann bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.